Okay. Um, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think it's not complete. You know, it's just there's nothing really wrong with it. It's a terminology. It's a word. It connotes a lot of things. But I think if you really dug deep into the roots of Christianity, you would find out it's a Jewish thing. And I'm not saying call yourself Jewish because I don't really know what we should call ourselves, honestly. But I'm just saying, let's. Personally would say prefer. I'm a follower of Jesus, the Jesus of the Bible, or Yeshua of the Bible. So yeah, I think God honors the use of the word Jesus and the use of the word Christian, and I have a big problem with the word church, but I think He honors the word church. And just read you a little bit of what happened along the way. Um, this is from a ministry here in Kansas City, and it just kind of recounts some of the things that happened in the early church. And for instance, the Epistle of Barnabas was circulated from 70 AD to 120 AD. It was a respected document, and it said, Jewish fasts are not acceptable to God. Christians, not Jews, are the heirs of God's covenant with Abraham. Now, you won't read that in any other epistle, and that's why the Epistle of Barnabas isn't in the finished canon. But that's heinous. That's evil, in my opinion. Marcion, 85 AD to 160 AD. And so you see, this is like immediately around the destruction of the temple in 70 AD. All 12 apostles were probably still around and probably fighting this kind of media. But Marcion, or Marcion, Marcion maybe, he says he was a supersessionist or replacement theology person who believed that the church replaced the Jews. And he said Jewish scriptures no longer had validity as the revealed word of God. He proposed the Gospel of Luke and a de-Judaized version of Paul's letters, and that they replaced the Torah and other books of the Bible. And the Epistle of Clement, 95 AD, implied that Jews prompted Nero's persecution of Christianity. It says here, by 100 AD, Christian attitude towards Judaism had already stiffened. But there's a ton of other accounts here. Irenaeus, 130 AD, Bishop of Lyons, in his publication Against Heresies, declared Jews were, quote, disinherited from the grace of God, and, quote, he would not hesitate to burn the Jewish scriptures. Okay, that's Irenaeus, Irenaeus, 130 AD. Tertullian, these are all the church fathers, Tertullian, Origen, Cyprian. Tertullian said, in Adversus Judaeos, it was the first systematic attempt to refute Judaism in whole. And I could go on and on and on, and basically right up to 300 AD when a really bad thing happened, which is Constantine was an emperor, and he basically incorporated all kinds of pagan ritual into a popularized Christianity, and he did horrible things to the Jews too. But he basically fundamentally transformed for once and for all the Christian church. And so when people start looking into these things, they'll be like, whoa, why did we fall so far away from the Hebrew roots of the Bible, of the New Testament? And that's a good question. And I would just say because of Satan, and I think it's upon us in the Google age to Google these things and to find out more. It's really, be a noble Berean, as it says in Acts chapter 16, was it, where these from Berea were more noble than the others, in that they searched the scriptures daily to see if these things were so. And we all need to be like a Berean, more noble than other people, and search these things out, find out, what does the Bible say? What did the original translations say, or the original manuscripts? And what happened? What happened in the history of the church?